See, now we are seeing how to do, like say, VLSM design. We understood that if at all you choose a network IDs just at random, then we may end up having, let's say, overlapping network IDs. We also understood about the longest prefix match rule. We said that some systems will not be reachable because the routers will be forwarding the packet to only one particular system. If at all, let's say, overlapping network IDs are there. So today, let us take the same example and see how to actually go by, like say, VLSM design so that we can avoid the overlapping network IDs. For that, let us take a small case study like this. We say R1, R2 routers. Then this is what? Point-to-point link here. So I need only two hosts here. Accommodate two hosts here. Here I need to accommodate, let's say, 100 hosts. Let accommodate 50 hosts. Here accommodate 25 hosts. Here let's say 10 hosts and then 5 hosts. And after subnetting design is done, VLSM design is done, all the systems should be reachable by all the systems without any issues. Like we should avoid overlapping network IDs. Let's see how to do that. So the network ID is 192.168.1.0/24. So let us write down in a new page. Let us write down the network ID is 192.168.1.0. Let us expand the network ID portion, host ID portion like this. Now, how many hosts? So again, if I go to the diagram now, what's the network where maximum number of hosts are required now? 100, right? So we'll start with this. The maximum number of hosts. We fulfill the requirement of the maximum number of hosts first of all, then only go for other network IDs. So let's start with the maximum number of hosts right now. How many should accommodate now? 100 hosts. So now if I go to here, if I need to accommodate 100 hosts, how many bits should I leave for host ID?
7.
7, right? So I leave 7 bits for host ID and borrow everything else into what? Network ID. If at all I need to accommodate 100 hosts. If I do that, what network bits will I get now? If I have say only one bit into the network ID, so I can accommodate what? 0, or I could take it as what? 1. If I take it as 0, I get the first network ID. What's the first network I get now? If at all I take 0, 192.168.1.0/25, right? Correct. What's the second network ID? 192.168.1.128/25. These two network IDs I get, right? What's the range of the first octet? What's the first ID, host ID here? 192.168.1.1. So what is the last host ID? 192.168.1.126. 126, correct. Because 0 is already there, right? I'm seeing the first network. So what I do now, I pick up this particular network ID now. So I wanted to accommodate 100 hosts. To accommodate 100 hosts, I pick up this particular network ID. If you want to be, host to accommodate 100 hosts, I leave like say 7 bits for host ID. I get these two network IDs. The first network I choose for what? Accommodating 100 hosts. And the range will be 1.1 to 1.126. Correct? 1.1 to 1.126. So let us take the IP address now. Let's write it down here. So the first network ID I take it as 192.168.1.0/25. In the I give the first IP address this as 192.168.1.1/25. What's the range? The range is 1.1 to 126. I need two IP addresses for the host here. Let us take 1.10 and 1.20. 1.1 also is right. So let us take two IP addresses here. Let's take the first IP address as 192.168.1.10 slash 25. Second IP I take it as 192.168.1.20 slash 25. Because 1.10, 1 to 126, right? 10 and 20 are included in this. So I would like to use these two IP addresses here for the host. So 1.10 and 1.20. So I go here, I give the IP address here for this one as 192.168.1.10. This is 192.168.1.20. Both are slash 25. This is also slash 25. Right? This is what I do. Two systems in for the network ID. Now I should do what? 50? I should accommodate next maximum is what? Next high is what? 100 I have done now. I would like to do for 50, right? How do I do for 50?
2 to power 6.
You borrow
You
another.
borrow 2.
See
One more.
now, these two network IDs are mutually exclusive to each other. This network ID here and this network ID are, they will never like say overlap with each other, right? We are seeing the FLSM design, they are not at all overlapping, right? So what I do, I have used something in this already, right? I use at least one network I use already in this. So what I do, I'll never use this particular, in this I'll never use any other network ID here. So next I take what? I take this combination. In this I try to create let's say another subnets. These two are mutually exclusive to each other. I have used already one combination here already used up in the design. So what I do is, I use second one I use. Second one will be what? So I'll take this combination now. In this I try to build. What is 1.128 now? If I see this, what will I get? 192.168.1 dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and already keep here as what? 1. This is 192.1.128, right? This particular network if I expand. Now, in this I try to accommodate 50 hosts. If I need to accommodate 50 hosts, how much should I leave for host ID now?
One more bit.
6, right?
Yeah.
If I leave 6 bits for host ID and borrow everything else into network ID. Borrow everything else into network ID, right? I get how many hosts I can accommodate now? 50 hosts, right? 2 of 6 minus 2, 64 minus 2, 62 I could accommodate. If I leave 4, only 2 of 4 minus 2, only 30. So I leave 5, I leave 6 bits now. If I leave 6 bits, what combination will I get now? I get what? Here 0, and I also get a what? 1, right? If I take like say 0 here, what will I get? If I take let's say 0 combination, what will I get? I get 192.168 dot 1 dot all zeros, right? 1.128 slash 26. And for this I get what? 192.168.1 dot 192
92.
slash 26 network I get, right? What's the range of IP addresses in this? Range 192.168.1 dot 1 0 is already there. 1 0
129.
all ones and 0. What will I get?
129 or 64.
1 0 all ones is what? 255 minus 64 is how much? 190
192.
190.
minus 1, 190, right? I get 190 to the, this is the, sorry, first one will be what?
191.
I see the first one is 128 here already is there. All zeros and 1, I get what? 129. So 129 will be the first IP address. 1.129, 128 plus 1, 129 is the first IP address. Last IP address would be 192.168.1.190,
191.
right? Slash
Yeah.
26. Slash 26. This will be the range of address in spoiler octet in this network. What's the range of this one now? Let's not write it down. In this, so what I do now, I choose this one for 50 host. You understand now? So I considered this second network ID. I expanded it here. In that I'm accommodating to 50 because these two are mutually exclusive to each other. So no overlap will be there. So in that I'm choosing what? 50 hosts now. So this I choose for 50 hosts. So let us write it down 1.128 slash 26. 192.1.128 slash 26. So I choose here 192 192.168.1.128 slash 26. And here I get the first IP 192.168.1.120.129 slash 26. I need two IP addresses here, right? Which IPs will I take now? Let us at least choose two IP addresses in this network. 192.168.1.129, right? So let us take 130. 130 slash 26. Let I take 192.168.1.190 slash 190 is there. Let's take next one. Jumping after 4. I take it as 140. 140 slash 26. These two fall in this called network ID, right? To 129 to 190. So within the range, I get what? 130, 140 definitely fall in this range only. So no issues. So let us take this two address 1.130, 1.140. 1.130, 1.140. So I take this one as 192.168.1.130 slash 26. 192.168.1.140 slash 26. These two are two addresses for the network ID, right? I can choose like this. Okay. Next, I go for the next highest. Next highest is what? 25 hosts. How do I calculate network ID for 25 hosts now? So if you see carefully, these two are mutually exclusive to each other. This one and this one are mutually, they'll never overlap with each other. So I don't take anything under this. If I take anything under this, they definitely be overlapping. So I choose the second one now. I avoid that now. I avoid this, but I choose second one. I choose second one. I choose. You understand now? So that I take here as what? I expand this. So what do I get? I get 192.168.11, right? 1.11, 192, correct? So this one under this 192, let's expand it. So in this, what I do now? Now I borrow. I got 2. It's what 1 1. This is 192. Correct. Now in this, I need to count how many hosts now? 25 hosts. My requirement is what? I need to accommodate 25 hosts. 25 hosts here. To accommodate 25 hosts, how much shall I leave for host ID now?
5.
5. So I leave 5 bits for host ID. If I leave 5 bits for host ID and borrow everything else into what? Network ID. So I should give value here as what? 0 or 1. If I give 0, I get what? The first network. What's the first network that I get now? 92.168.1.192/27, right? 27. I borrow 3 bits into network, right? This will be 192.1.224/27. 224/27, right? Okay. So now if I go here now, what will be the first and last? Abdi Hakim, I think Mike. Okay. So what's the range of network ID, host IDs here now? 192.168.1. It was able to listen to me properly here. Hello, can you all hear me?
We can hear you, but there are some echo. I don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Someone's mic is open.
Okay.
Just
So-
somebody's mic is open here.
Okay.
I
So
think,
you get what? If I get like say 0 here, all zeros and 1, I get what? 190. What's the last row study in this? What's the last row study? This one being 0, all ones. 0, all ones. I get what?
239, 238.
222.
222.
222.
222.
22, yeah.
minus 2, yeah, 222, yeah.
222, huh?
Yes.
Slash 27. Slash 27.
Did you use 222? Why do we get 222? Just remember to be in.
So this will be the answer. Like say if I like if say 110 here and all ones and then 0. So we know this place value is what? 10 all ones 191, 223. This also 10 I get what? 222, right? You can expand 255 minus 32. How much 255 minus 32? 223, right? Minus 1, I get what? 222, right? All ones I get what? 255 minus 32 is 223. Minus 1 is what? 222. The combination. All ones and zeros combination. Last host ID. This one. Being 0 here and all ones and 0. I get this one. So in this, I would like to again have 2 host IDs. Which host IDs I can take now? Because I need 2 more. So let us take it. This in this I take, let's say 192.168.1. 190 I take 190/27, and for second system I take 192.168.1.222, right? 200/27. These two IP addresses belong to this particular network ID.
Mr.
These
Coach,
two belong to this particular network ID.
190 is out of the range, isn't it?
Sorry. 193, right? Correct. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Starting with 193. You are correct. Starting with 193. So let us take it as 200 here. Let us take this one as 200. Let us take this one as 210. 200 and 210. So this is what? 191 said 1.192/27. So I take this one network ID here. I take this network ID as 192.168.1.192/27. 192/27. In that I take here this address, I take it as 192.168.1.193. And for these two systems, I take it as, in this what's the address is? 200 and 210. 200 and 210. 200 and 210. 200. So 192.168.1.200/27. For this, I take it as 192.168.1.210/27. You understand now? Next, I see for the number of hosts. How many hosts here now? 10 hosts. Next size is what? 10 hosts. So let's see how to do for 10 hosts. So now again, if you see, these two are mutually exclusive to each other. This one are mutually exclusive to each other. They will not be overlapping. Because I use already something of this, I take the second network ID. I take this particular network ID. Under that, I try to do subnetting. So I go to say 192.168.1.111, right? If I expand the last octet, so this becomes what? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I should accommodate how many hosts now? This was for 25 hosts. This was for 25 hosts. Now I should accommodate 10 hosts. If I need to accommodate 10 hosts, how many I should leave for host ID?
5.
5. It's 1, 2,
Four.
3, 4, right? 2 to 4.
Is it?
2 to 4 minus 2 is how much? 16 minus 2, 14 I could accommodate, right? So I will accept this many bits for this one and borrow everything else into what? Network. But I should again give values to this. I can give what? 0. I could give it as what? 1. If I give it as 0, what networks will I get now? If I keep 0 here, I get 192.168.1. All ones 0, all 0, 222, 224/28. Second network ID would be 192.168.1. All ones, I get what? 240/28. So these two are mutually exclusive again. So in this, I take the, what's the range of the first host study now? 192.168.1.224.25/28. What's the last one?
238.
238.
238/28. Right? So in this again, I need two IP addresses. Let us take the first IP address as 225, right? 230 I take, 235 I take. So I go, let's say 192.168.1.230, 230 slash 28, 238, 235 I take. 192.168.1.235 slash 28. So let us take this network ID for 10 host. For 10 host. So 1.224 slash 28. 1.224 slash 28. So 192.168.1.224 slash 28. What the first IP address? 192.168.1.225 slash 28. And I take here 192.168.1.230 slash 28. Here I take it as 192.168.1.235 slash 28. Correct? This I take.
Professor Koti,
Yes, yes.
240 will not be any clash with any, or that's not IP. Okay, sorry.
It's a network ID, correct?
That's a network ID. Thank you.
So again, what I do now? So these two are again mutually exclusive to each other, right? So I don't take anything under this because I already used this one now. So I go for the next network ID. This I take in this. So again I have what? 192.168.1. I expand this. In that I take what? I take now 4 ones, 1, 1, 1, 1. This network I take. In this network I need to account how many hosts now? 5 hosts. 5 hosts. That's a requirement here. Account how many hosts now? 5 hosts. To accommodate 5 hosts, how many bits should I leave for host ID now? 3, right? Out of 3, 8. So 3 I leave. This much I leave for host ID. Everything else taken into what? Network. Right? So, but I should fill up with some combination of 0 and 1. So for 0, I get what? I get 190, 192.168. 4 ones, 240. So 1.240. 1.240 slash 29. Correct? Second one would be 192.168.1.248, right? 248 slash 29. What's the first and last here? 192.168.1.241 slash 29. What's the last one? Anybody in the class?
246.
246.
1.246 slash 29. In that again, I need two IP addresses. I choose one IP address as 192.168.1.241, right? 241 to 246, correct? Maybe I take like say 244, 244 slash 29, and then I take 192.168.1 dot say 245 slash 20. Right. This is for what? 5 host network. I would like to take like this. So 1.240 slash 29. 1.240 slash 29. 1.240. So 192.168.1.240. 1.240/29. In this I give 192.168.1.241/29. Here I give 192.168.1.244/29. For this I give 192.168.1.245/29. Right? These two I need. So I need again what? 2 hosts I need now. If I need to accommodate 2 hosts for the point-to-point network, what should I do now? I take the next network here, which is again mutually exclusive. These two are mutually exclusive to each other. So what do I do now? I choose a second network ID, this one. In that I try create host. So 192.168.1. If I expand it, so I get what? I get here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to accommodate 2 hosts. How much should I leave for host ID now?
2.
2 bits I should leave for host. Everything else sitting in network ID. So what combinations will I get now here? If at all I have say 0 here and then 1. If I have 0, I get what?
248.
192.248/29. If I have 1, I get what? 192.168.1.
252.
252.
/30.
30, so slash 30. Slash 30. I get what? Slash 30 here, slash 30. In this, what is the first network ID I get? First 192.168.1.249 slash 30. What's the last one?
250.
192.168.1.250
250.
250/30, right? 251 is a broadcast, 250 is the next network ID. So these are the only address possible.
Yes.
I take this one for 249 and 250 for my 248/30, right? So 248/30. So this will be 192.168.1.248/30. In that I take this as 192.168.1.249/30. Here I take it as 192.168.1.250/30. You understand? So if I take these network IDs, 1.0/25 here, I take 1.128/26, I take 1.192/27, 1.248/30, 1.224/28, 1.240/29. Then what happens now? They will be mutually exclusive network IDs. There will not be any overlap at all. You understand here? Like this. If you want, you can take, like, say, a photograph of this.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We can expand a little bit extra.
The diagram. Sorry.
You take this one first. Then I'll also show that one also. You understood now how to calculate, like say, the VLSM design. So you take, let's say, mutual exclusive network ID. In that, try to create a subnets. You're taking the photograph here. Now I go to this one. This also you can take photograph if you want. Okay. Now let us assign these IP addresses to the router R1, R2, and then see whether they are, as how we did yesterday, let's confirm whether they are real exclusive or not. Okay. So for that, I go to the Cisco packet tracer here. I go to the first router. So let me give the IP addresses now. I say enable, I say configure terminal, interface, fast Ethernet 0/0. I say IP address 192.168.1.1/25. What's the mask? 255.255.255.128. Right? When one bit is borrowed. I say no shutdown. Similarly, I say exit. Interface fast Ethernet 0/1. I say IP address 192.168.1.129/26 255.255.255.192. I say what? No shutdown. Again I say exit. Interface Ethernet 1/0. IP address 192.168.1.193 193 space 255.255.255. Slash what? 27 224, right?
You gave 192, Mr. Koti.
1.193, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
1.193/27. I say no shutdown. Again I say exit. For the interface serial 0/0/0, I give the IP address as 192.168.1.249 space 255.255.255.252 /30, right? What is /30?
Oh, slash,
Yeah.
yeah, 250.
250.
No
Okay.
shutdown. Can I go here? I say like. I say configure terminal. I say host name R1. Okay. That's how I configure the first router. Now let us configure the second router also now. I say enable configure terminal host name R2. So for R2, I need to give the IP address I go to interface fast Ethernet 0/0. I give the IP address as 192.168.1.225. What is the mask? /28 means what?
240.
5.245.255.240. 240, right? I say what? No shutdown. Similarly, I say exit. Interface fast Ethernet 0/1. IP address is 192.168.1.241/29 255.255.255. What is 29?
248.
48. I say no shutdown. Again, I say exit. Interface serial 0/0/0. I say IP address 192.168.1.250 255.255.255.252. And I say what? No shutdown. So again I say right. I say show IP route. This knows the routes for these three networks because these three are directly connected. And if I go to R1 knows the routes for the 4 network IDs because these 4 are what? Directly connected. So I go here, I say show IP route. This knows the routes for this network. Now should enable what? OSPF. So I say configure terminal, router OSPF 10. I say redistribute the connected network IDs. So connected along with what? Subnets. I say exit. I say interface serial 0/0/0. IP OSPF 10. I say area 1. Now I go to R2 router. See whether all the routes have already come or not. So I go to R2 router. In R2 I give command show IP route. I say configure terminal. I say router OSPF 10. Redistribute your connected with what? Subnets. Include subnets also while redistribution. Interface serial 0/0/0. IP OSPF 10 area 1. I say right. Only the bigger neighbors. Seen this yesterday, somehow it is not working with connected network, it is properly here. It happens, it doesn't happen, sometimes happens, sometimes not. So let's enable all interfaces. So I say configure terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0/0, IP OSPF 10 area 1. I say exit, interface 0/1, IP OSPF network area 1. I say exit, interface Ethernet 1/0, interface Ethernet 1/0, IP OSPF 10 area 1. Let's do same thing on R2 router also. I say configure terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0/0, IP OSPF 10 area 1. I say exit, interface 0/1, IP OSPF network. Now I say show IP route. I know routes for all the network IDs, right? O routes are there. So
What's the
even
question?
if I go to R1 also, show IP, not should see also about it. Yes, the other.
Yeah, do you have to like, isn't it like if you just give the command to the router, shouldn't it supposed to take it by itself? The
Which one?
OSPF, like when you say router OSPF 10,
Correct.
instead of giving it to each interface, can you do that? Or,
Yeah,
oh,
I say redistribute connected, right? I
Yeah.
enabled on only serial 0/0/0 on both the routers because that's where they can find each other. Either way you can do, right? You're saying this already. If I go here, one option is I can enable OSPF on all interfaces. Here, 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 I can do that. Or otherwise, I can simply say enable on this interface alone. This interface alone, because these two can become what? Neighbors to each other. There's no router this side, right? There's no router this, why should I enable unnecessarily that side? Instead, I can say what? Redistribute the connected native should be redistributed by OSPF. Somehow that's not working. It actually should work. It's not working here in the pack. Some is working, some is not working. So I enabled on all the interfaces.
Which one did we do now? Because you did the fast Ethernet as well.
Yeah, I did on this interface. I did on this interface. I did on this interface. I did on all interfaces now. In all this, I enabled OSPF because it was not working with redistribution. It's working for some time, not working sometimes. So I thought I'll enable on all interfaces. Not required. But I did like this to just show you the concepts. So how many networks are there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? All 6 should be known to all the routers. Let us say all the 6 are known to R1 and R2 routers. So I go to R1. So I shows for what? 1.0, 1.128, 1.192, 1.224, 1.240, 1.248. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? All 6 networks are known to this particular router. Even if I go to other router also, R1 also, there also, if I give the command show IP, no servers for all the network IDs. Correct? Now let us assign IP address to the systems as per the diagram and then do this. So I go here, this particular CPU here. I need to assign it some IP address to the first system in the network. So I should give it a 1.10. So I go here. Okay, I'll share entire desktop so I can do faster. You can see this, right? So now I go here. So I share entire desktop. Share. Now I go here. Okay, let's not do this. I share only this PC0. For this, I need to give the IP address as 192 dot. Let's say 192.168.1.10. The mask is 255.255.255.128. The default gateway IP address is 192.168.1.1. I do this. If I go as IP config, I can say this particular IP address subnet mask and default gateway IP address 25/25. Similarly, I go to seconds acting as server. This is HOA network. I got a desktop, I should give the IP address. Which IP I give for this particular server now? I say 1.20, 192.168.1.20. Mask is 128. Again, 192.168.1.1. the default gateway IP address. Again, I'll go to command prompt, I say IP config, I have this one. We already made this as HOA system yesterday, right? Let's see it's working. 127.0.0.1 is HOA web server, right? It is in the first network where 100 hosts are accommodated. Fine. Let us go to HOB network now. I go to HOB network. In the HOB network, the system I give the IP address as 192.168.1.130. 1.130. The subnet mask is 255.192 and the default gateway is 192.168.1.129. 130.1.129/26. Again, I go as IP config. The IP address is current correctly. Similarly, I go to server in HOB network. Server. For the server here, I give the IP address as 140. So 192.168.1.140, 1.140, 225.225.225.192, 226. 26 is what? 192. And then I give this one as 192.168.1.129 is the default gateway IP address. IP config. Again, if I go here, I go to the server, I say 127.0.0.1, I could see HOB server is present here. Let's say HOC network now. HOC network. In HOC network, I say 192.168.1.200. The subnet mask is 225.225.224/27. Default gateway IP address is 192.168.1.193. So again, I go here, I say IP config. IP config is the IP address I have. I've done this. Now I go to HOC server. What's the address I give now? I give the IP address as 192.168.1.210.224. Again, 192.168.1.193. Correct? If I go to the command prompt IP config, I could see the IP address given, subnet mask. And also if I go to the browser, I say 127.0.0.1, I could see HOC web server. Now let's go to branch office now. Branch office client, Vivo1A client. So what's the IP address of Vivo1A client now? 1.230. So 192.168.1.230. What's the mask? /28, 240. Again 192.168.1.225. I go here, go to command prompt. I say IP config. It shows IP address is like this, right? Now I go to again the server. So what do I do for the server now? 235. So I say 192.168.1.235 and the mask is 240, 240, yes, last 28 to 240, again 192.168.1.225. So again, I go to the command prompt, I say IP config, IP address is like this. I go to the browser, I say 127.0.0.1 BOA web server. Let's have two more systems are there. Let's finish up. If I go to the client in BOB, so BO 1B, right? Okay, B1. So what's the IP? What did I do? So 192.168. Sorry, I think I got missed. Okay, the last two systems. So what's the address I should give now? 192.44. So 192.168.1.244/29. 29 means 248, right? 248. The mask is 192.168.1.241 is the default gateway IP address. Again, I say IP config. And see the IP address. Now I try to go to the host server now and then see. So what's the address of server now? 192.168.1.245. The mask is /248. And this again say 192.168.1.241. So again, I go to the command prompt. I say IP config. I can see this IP address. I go to the browser. I say 127.0.0.1. I could see HOB website. So I give IP address to all the systems and also to the routers. We are done routing, right? So now they should be reachable by each other. Now everything is fine. So let us go to this particular system here. From there, let us ping all the systems in the case study. So let's see this. So here am I say IP config. I am at 1.244 B1B. From there, I try to ping all the systems now. Let us first of all ping HOA systems. I say ping 192.168.1.10, the client in the HOA network. I could ping, right? Can I ping the server in the HOA network .20? Yes. Can I ping the HOB client 1.130? HOB client. I could ping. Can I ping 1.140 HOB server? I could ping, right? Can I ping HOC client 200? Can I see HOC server 210? Can I ping BO1A client 1.230? Can I ping BO1A server 235? Can I ping myself BO1B client 244? I could ping anyway. Can I also ping my server 245? Also I could. Now using the browser here, I would like to access the servers, all the servers in the company. HOA server, what is it? 192.168.1.20. I could show blue color, right? HOA web server. Can I access HOB server 140? I could access. Could I access HOC server 210? I could access. Can I access BO1A branch office 1A 235? I could access. Can I access, like say, branch of 1B 245? I could access. Understand now? So that's how you do something called as VLSM design. Variable length subnet mask design.
Mr. Koti,
Yes. Yes, Abdikani. Just go ahead here. Your connection got lost. Any questions in this class?
Mr.
you
Koti,
hear me, Mr. Koti?
Yes, yes. Good evening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm wondering how can I know the network ID if I don't have the subnet mask or
No, normally the company you'll be given the network ID. You know which particular network you're going to use. It's all like say private IP address, right? Sometimes you may take 10 network ID. Sometimes you 17.16. Some private network ID normally do subnetting. In the ISP level, if the public network will be given its subnet mask, then you can do subnetting on that side also. It'll be given to you.
Mr. Kote,
Yes, yes.
so,
Abdikari.
how do you pick the ones that you put for the default gateway? Is it usually the first number, the
Yeah,
first?
normally
port
the
ID?
normal convention is either first or last IP address we normally give to the router. Not necessarily.
Okay.
You can give any address you can give to the router. But general practice is you can give the first or last IP address.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Koti,
Yes, Abdikari.
it's Baro.
Baro. Tell me, Baro.
Yes. Thank you very much for the explanation. Now that a little bit of doubt that was raised yesterday is being cleared, but I still have this issue where all the network areas, we pick the first ones on the specific network where when we borrowed, like making the first, the last of the borrowed items at 0, and the other one we left it out. Now, in this case, we have utilized all the all the networks in this specific particular 192, 165, or 168, 1.0, based on the areas that we have. What are the chances, or what are the possibility of being able to expand this? Because we have already left a lot of IP addresses which we were not able to use because we avoided overlap. But still, I realized that there's still a lot of wastage in this area as well.
Correct. So normally, if you take, let's say, class A network IDs. See, for example, if at all you take, let's say, you want to do subnetting only for this class C network ID, only 8 bits were there in the network ID, host ID side, right?
Yeah.
So it got C value, like say, hampered. But if imagine you take 10 network ID, if you take 10 network ID, you have what? 24 bits are there in the host ID.
Yeah.
Then you end up getting a lot of network IDs like this. In that you can arrange the networks properly. Because I'm taking, let's say, only, like say, 8 bits here, and I make sure that I'm going to like only have, let's say, 150. Every block I've taken so that I can explain it properly to you. Normally, if I take, let's say, class A network, class B network, you can have a lot of bits for the host ID.
So in this case, it also allows for some wastage to occur.
Yes. Yeah, you cannot use it because there might be some overlapping network IDs in that.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Koti.
My dear,
Yeah, thanks for your time and explanation. Actually, I just wanted to know the difference of VLSM, variable less subnet mask, and FLSM. You said FLSM is older version. It's not usable anymore, is it?
correct.
So we don't experience that in a scenario of networking that you're gonna come to any network that is connected to FLSM.
Correct. Normally, let's say you only see VLSM design in the networks. VLSM.
Only VLSM.
Yes, mostly you see what VLSM.
Okay.
The question is, do you really know all this? Yes, you should know the concept. But
Yes.
even if you don't have the fingertips, like say, what about this, then you can actually use calculators. Calculators are there. So many subnetting design related apps also are there, which you can do automatically everything. You should have a general idea about, like say, what is VLSM and why the subnet mask also keeps on changing like this.
Okay. I wonder if a company relies on a network engineer to put this kind of structure in place, or they hire some other high-tech companies to put their
Some
structure in place,
architect,
and they
some
need
yes, some network design architect will be there. That level, they'll ask him to design entire network. Then some lower engineers will go and implement whatever he has asked.
Okay.
If you join any company or network engineer, you might already be seeing all this that is already allocated. You need just less. But when you see the IP address, they should not get, like say, confused, right? So we're having class one, VLSM.
Just get prepared for the worst, eh?
Mr. Koti,
Yes, Mehdi.
So there is a difference between the one who is designing the
Network.
network and the one who is configuring.
Yes, correct. The architect level guys, they only do designing, they only suggest all this consultants.
That's it.
Somebody will actually go and implement all this.
Okay.
Not one, many people will be their team again. Let's say router side, somebody will do, firewall, somebody will do, like that.
Okay.
Mr. Koti,
Yes,
so how does that work on IP version 6?
version 6, let's say we have 128 bits in length, 128 bits in length. In the 64 bits are always denoting network ID, 64 always denoting host ID. We don't have, like say, class A, class B, class C over there. Always for 64 are denoting network ID, last 64 are denoting host ID. In the network ID portion 64 bits, last 16 bits are reserved for subnet. If at all you want to do subnet, you can do subnetting also with that. Like that, it's a bit different. But subnetting is also there. VLSM also is there in version 6 also.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We'll see that when it comes to
Kotibai,
nice. Tell me, yeah.
yeah, I see here we use 150 and 25 and 10 altogether. I think we use about 190 hosts. Does that means we still have another 60 hosts? We could add some more.
Yeah, here, if at all, let's say 100 hosts are there,
Yeah.
we only use 3 here. Yeah, in the same network, you can actually 100 hosts, right? You can use all that hosts. So 1 dot, let's say 1 to 1 dot, let's say, what is it? 126, right? So nearly that many you can actually use. We use only 2 here. That many hosts could be accommodated, but using only 2.
Yeah, in all together, I mean, I see 150, 25, 10, even if these devices were there and we configure it, we still have another, because altogether it would be like 190. Because that means we can continue until we get to
No, this is, let's say, where I can account only 10, do subnetting in such a way that I could accommodate only 10 hosts here. Right? Where I'm using all the 10 or different matter. In our case, we only use 2. You have option of using till 10. Like that.
Hello, Kotibai, how are you?
For a long time here. How are you?
Long time. How's everything?
Fine, going on.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell the brothers, please, the current active brothers, could you send on the message section of the Zoom your name, email address, and everything? Because there's almost 163 people and only 33 attending. So as a priority for you guys, you're lucky. Could you kindly send your information that needs to be transferred into the new website, please? Thank you.
In the internet here, okay.
Kotiba, if we can make a record of all those information, and if you can just email me the Zoom, if there's any way we can register them. There's Mohammed Sulaiman was come through. Yeah, that's fantastic. Your number as well, brothers. Your number, full number, because these are really regular attenders of the class, Kotiba. So there's 163. We don't know where they are. It's just I will take it upon myself to kind of register these brothers who really seriously deserve to be added. Just your full name. Okay, just to correct this again, brothers. Email, your full name, location you are, and telephone, please. Thank you.
فاروق هدان برايفت لو قدرني ابوك ورن.
No private, brothers. I cannot get everyone because I'm getting a lot of messages through private who are not even attending the classes. So whenever they hear there's a registration of a new website, you will get people who haven't been attending the class to just send you messages. So I just want to be prioritizing this group immediately now. That's good, Abdulaziz. Yeah, basically name, email, location, and number. And then Kotiba, if we can make a record of these, and if there's any way you can send it to me to be able to manually add everyone one by one. So at least when we move into the new website, we know who's regularly attending and who's just wasting their time. Like there's a lot of 163 people who are not attending the class. Brother, put them together, please. Jazakallah. Put them together so that I can have a chunk. Sorry, Kotiba, while they're doing that, you can continue with the class. So just brothers' name.
Almost over.
You're almost over, yeah?
Class is over, actually, today's class.
Oh, wonderful. That's good. So, brothers, do not leave without sending that information in, please.
Farooq, you're not using WhatsApp anymore? Farooq?
WhatsApp has got an issue. I think everybody knows, but we're still using.
Correct.
Yeah, Kotiba, I migrated to Signal and Telegram.
Signal and Telegram.
Okay.
So I like the open source. As a cybersecurity, you tend to move with trends. Yeah. So, Kotiba, once we get
Hey, what time?
as a priority, like, you know, these brothers who are,
No, I set up everything already, actually.
yeah.
Okay, I'll try to explain to you.
We really need to do this manually, like, you know, so that at least we lock the other website now for good and then kind of move into the new one. Brothers, not only name, I need your number, I need your location, I need your name, full, and email. Don't just send the names. Thank you.
How will
We
you
have
get all
to
this?
go ahead, Kotibay.
How will you get all this then?
Sorry?
How will you get the email IDs again?
I can't see your voice not clear, Kotibay. What did you say?
No, these email IDs, how do you collect from the chat then?
Is there any way to save? I'm just taking a screenshot.
Don't log out. What you gotta do is just make the screen big and then copy and paste it to Word.
Yeah, that's another option. MashaAllah. Is that qadar?
Yeah.
Do that, yeah.
Jazakallah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
But it's
Even in Excel, yeah.
at least some of them.
Yeah, expand it and cut, copy and paste, Kotibay. We have some Microsoft Office experts.
Make the chat full screen, Mr. Koti. Make the chat full screen, copy and then paste there.
Brothers, do not post it into the group because others will just follow who are not active. There are people who are just trenders. They just follow people. So don't post it into the group. I'm going to delete that. We're just having a lot of people, whenever they hear something, you know, they will just jump on it without. And they don't attend classes, Kotibay. It's just.
Farouk, how do you want to send it then?
Yeah, just send it to the. I really want those who are active currently on the Zoom.
Yeah, these are the ones who are active now. You can see them.
Yeah, just do it on the Zoom, brother Sharif.
He's talking about no Telegram.
What Telegram, brother? The network group.
No, I'm telling them like just over here, not Telegram.
Yeah, no, just on the Zoom, because I want those active brothers on here now as a priority to transfer them to the new website.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who are not attending class. So when I say into the group Telegram, when you send it, others will just, you know, there are people who are just trenders. They just see our people posting, they will post it themselves, and they're not attending class.
Farouk.
Yes, Ali, with it.
Yeah, I have two other brothers. One of them is actually beginner, and he started from the beginning, the first lesson, and I think he's somewhere now, but he's way behind. I introduced it to him. So what should I do? Should I contact him and get his detail? Because
please do not recommend it to family members who are inactive. I know you want the best for them, but make sure they are active attending Zoom class.
Farouk, he's active. Yeah. He's on it, but he started from the beginning. He's been with us for a month now.
Is he attending the Zoom class?
No. He's not,
okay, he's picking up. Okay. For such people, we'll create something for them, Ali. We just want those who are active currently now to move into the new website.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as a priority.
Yeah, what I don't need to happen is maybe we shut down the website. And
it will be shut at some point, but do not tell others. Just make sure that, you know, currently we want to make sure who is really active. We don't want people just, there's a course starting and everyone comes on board and eventually they don't attend the classes and it's just they're there for no reason. As you can imagine, it's only 163 people on there at the moment. and none of them are attending except these good brothers like you guys who are active on a day in, day out.
Farouk, brother, what is the main reason? Will it be new class or what is the? And if the website closes, what will happen
to
in the
really,
previous lessons?
we want to the previous lessons will continue on the new website, no problems. It's just we want to know, because we don't want these advanced people to be pulled by newcomers. So we will have a class junior for those who want to start it from zero, which is already pre-recorded video. But then for those who want to move forward, who are really active for the last, since Scotty started, who are like 14 number at the moment,
Farouk,
we want to move
alaikum.
them in a speed so that they can really continue and finish this course as soon as possible. So there's no suggestion needed or anything. So it's just a matter of just transferring these active brothers on.
But also the last couple lessons, they are not there, like subnetting. So will they be there now?
Yeah, everything will be there. Everything will be there. You will never lose any course that has been done.
No. What I mean, the subnetting is not there. Some of the lessons are finished.
There's no suggestion needed, brothers. Just understand. We just want to move people to the new